The characters in the novel Coolie, written by Mulk Raj Anand. We find in Coolie a large number of characters, each convincingly and vividly drawn. The variety of characters introduced by Anand in this novel is simply amazing, though, with the exception of the protagonist, they all have an ephemeral existence in the story at various stages of its development. The characters come and go in the story at various stages of its development. But Munnu remains with us till the last page when he too fades away, leaving us sad. Munnu is the protagonist or the hero of the novel. Of course, he does nothing that is really heroic, and we use the word hero for him only because he is the principal character and because the entire story centers around him. Munnu is 14 years old when we first meet him in the opening chapter, and we then follow him through his fortunes or misfortunes as he struggles to survive. From his village, he is taken to the town of Shamnagar, where he gets a job as a domestic servant in the middle-class family. Ill-treated there, he runs away and arrives in the town of Daulatpur in the company of two rich businessmen, Prabhadayal and Ganpat, who own a pickle and jam factory there and who employ him as a servant in their factory. Here, Munnu receives great kindness and affection from Prabha and his wife Parvati, but is most cruelly treated by Ganpat, who subsequently plays a foul game even with his partner Prabha and behaves most treacherously towards him. When Prabha is reduced to a state of penury and has to leave Daulatpur, Munnu finds himself absolutely alone in the world. He then travels to Bombay by a circus train, and there he goes through more ordeals. Ultimately, he is taken to Shimla by a kind-hearted Anglo-Indian woman who treats him well enough but who does not realize his plight as a rickshaw puller. Munnu contracts the dreadful disease of tuberculosis as a consequence of the excessive physical strain which he has to undergo, and, though well looked after by Mrs. Mainwaring, dies in hospital. Munnu is portrayed in this novel as a highly intelligent, sensitive, and genial young man who feels most grateful to those who do him any kindness or show him any affection. Apart from having constantly to look for a job or for a source of livelihood, he is also always seeking sympathy from his fellow human beings and desiring companionship or comradeship with them. His premature death comes as a climax to the painful recital of his experiences. Next, we have Babu Nathuram. He is a sub-accountant at the Imperial Bank, where Dayaram is peon. It is in Nathuram's house that Munnu is appointed as a domestic servant. Nathuram is described by the author as a man with an irregular face which is quite vague except for a flat nose, having white spots on his cheeks and a thin, drooping black moustache for which each hair seemed to stand out distinct. This is somewhat a comic description. Bibi Uttam Kumar is Babu Nathuram's wife and Munnu's mistress, whom he addresses as Bibiji. She virtually rules the household and is a very stern kind of woman who keeps scolding Munnu most of the time. In fact, she is a domineering person. She becomes particularly angry when Munnu bites her daughter Sheila's cheek in the course of play. Her treatment of Munnu is typical of an Indian housewife's way of dealing with servants. Like most housewives, she expects a domestic servant to attend to every job in the house without giving him adequate food to eat. Next, we have Sheila, who is the daughter of Babu Nathuram and Bibi Uttam Kaur. She is about 10 years old and has brown hair, an ivory complexion, and light brown eyes which seem to laugh as they twinkle when anybody does some mischief. She would like to play with Munnu, but her mother has strictly forbidden her to play with a mere servant. Sheila becomes an indirect cause of Munnu's running away from the house because Munnu has bitten her on her cheek in the course of play, and her mother has felt deeply annoyed with him over this mischief. Prabhadayal. He is a kind-hearted and religious kind of man who feels drawn towards Munnu on finding him in the railway carriage in which Munnu had taken shelter and in which Prabhadayal and his business partner Ganpat are travelling from Shamnagar to Daulatpur. Prabhadayal is a broad-shouldered, tall, gaunt man from Kangra and looks more of a soldier than a businessman. Having no child of his own, it is natural for him to become interested in an orphan boy whom he meets just by chance. Prabha gives Munnu a job in his pickle and jam factory, which he owns in partnership with Ganpat. However, Ganpat does not talk kindly to Munnu and treats him harshly, even beating him on one occasion. As a consequence of Ganpat's dishonest and crooked dealings, Prabha is reduced to a state of bankruptcy, and when his creditors begin to pester him with demands for the repayment of the sums which he had borrowed from them, he is taken to the police station and beaten cruelly. Prabha then falls ill and under medical advice has to go back to his native place in the hills. The fate of Prabha continues one of the most poignant episodes in the novel. His case also shows that a kind-hearted, honest and pious man does not necessarily find happiness in life. Prabha's fate makes Munnu reflect and meditate upon how even a good man may suffer misfortunes in his life. Parvati is Prabha's wife and is as kind-hearted and religious as Prabha himself. She also shows much kindness and affection to Munnu as her husband does. When Prabha is taken away to the police station, she begins to weep as any middle-class Indian wife under the circumstances would do. Munnu tries to comfort her, but she tells him that she does not know what to do and where to go. She is a pathetic figure in the novel. Ganpat. He is Prabhadayal's business partner, but having squandered a lot of money upon a courtesan, he first tells all kinds of lies to Prabha and subsequently adopts a defiant and insulting attitude towards the man who had always tried to support him and even protect him against others. He is indeed a villain. By contrast with him, Prabha is a saintly figure.